All right, on today's assignment, we're going to be converting from vertex form of a parabola to standard form. So let's remind ourselves of the equation. Remember, it's a, that's a vertical stretch or shrink, x minus h squared plus k. Well, h and k are my vertex. K will tell us if it's moving up or down. H tells us if it's moving left or right. So let's look at these attributes in graphing. So it's kind of a review of what we've been doing. So let's look at these details. So the first one gives it to us in vertex form, and it wants the vertex. So remember, I take h out of the parentheses, but I change the sign. So it's going to be positive 5. And then I take k right as it appears in the equation, 5, negative 2. Now, for max or min, what I want to do is look at that lead value right here. It's negative, which means it's going to turn it upside down, which means it has a maximum. And I can find that maximum because it's at the vertex. So it's the y value of my vertex. So my maximum is a negative 2. Line of symmetry comes straight from the x value of my vertex. It's x equals 5. And then we can graph this guy. So if we graph this, we've moved it over 5 and down 2. So there's our new vertex. And then, remember that what we did before, you're going to go over 1 and down 1 as long as that slope is 1. We're going down, though, because it's opening down, it's negative. And then over 2, down 4. And over here, over 2, down 4. Now, since these problems are asking us for a line of symmetry, let's go ahead and draw that in. It's just going to be a dotted line going through the vertex. Use your straight edge and make it look like that. It really does help with graphing. Let's try number 2. All right, so my vertex is going to be h. I need to change the sign, negative 2, and k, negative 3. Max or min? Well, this lead value is positive, so it's opening up, which means it has a minimum. But this minimum is the x value of my vertex, which would be negative 3. Line of symmetry is going to be x equals, and then the x value of my vertex, negative 2. And now I graph. So I go left 2, down 3. I'm opening up, I know that. And I have a stretch of 2, right? So I'm going to go up over 1, up 2 instead of 1, over 2, up 4. Now, if I draw this out, my line of symmetry, remember, goes through x equals negative 2. So I could draw this in, and you can see, I'm going to show you how to make this helpful when you draw on that line of symmetry. So you just see how this point right here is just 1 over. I'm just going to go 1 over here and put the dot. This point is 2 away. I go 2 away on this side and put my dot. So that way it's a perfect reflection across that line of symmetry. And then I can draw the rest of my parabola. All right, let's move on to part 2 here, converting to standard form. So notice my equation. It doesn't pull out, you can't pull out the vertex like you could before, but there are some things that haven't changed, okay? So like this a value right here, it's the same a value that we used in the original equation in vertex form. It's the same vertical stretch or shrink as vertex form would have. B, not so much, but C is going to be, for us, a y-intercept. So what we're going to find out is that it is where it crosses the y-axis. So to put it in point form, we would put 0 and then C. So let's look at some of these and convert them. So we're just going to clean them up and convert them to standard form. Same steps as before. We're still going to break it down into vertex. So my vertex will be negative 1, 4. It's opening up. 6 is positive, so it's going to open up, which means I have a minimum. And my minimum is where y is negative 4. That should be negative 4. Negative 4. Line of symmetry is going to go through x equals negative 1. Y-intercept, I don't know yet. Let's wait. Let's wait on this, and it will become apparent, okay? And then let's go ahead and try to graph this. So my vertex is at negative 1, negative 4. And my line of symmetry is going through this line. So I'm going to go ahead and put my line of symmetry in. And now I'm going to graph it. Now, that vertical stretch of 6 is kind of big, right? So I'm going to go right 1. Instead of going up 1, I'm going to go 1 times 6 is 6. I'm going to go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And right 2 up 4 is now become up 24 because 4 times 6 is 24. So that's way off my graph. I can't get it on this graph. So that's the best I can do on the right side. On the left side, I'm just going to bring it up here, make it symmetrical. And you can see it's a very stretched graph, right? And now we can see our y-intercept right here at 0, 2. Now, how would that show up in the equation? Let me show you. When we go to part F down here, we're going to expand this thing out and put it in standard form. So first thing we're going to do is expand out that exponent, okay? So it's going to be x plus 1 times x plus 1 minus 4. This is what I'm talking about when I say expand, okay? You need to show this work. Now I'm going to FOIL these two. So x times x is x squared plus x gives me 2x in the middle. 1 times 1 is 1 minus 4. I'm going to close that parenthesis. Now I want to distribute that 6. So I have 6x squared plus 12x plus 6 minus 4. Now I clean this up. And I have 6x squared plus 12x plus 2. There's my equation. Now notice, here's that y-intercept right there. There it is, 0, 2. We saw it on the graph, and now we can see it in the equation. Okay, so number 2, when we do vertex, let's do negative h, so it's a different sign of h, so it's going to be positive 2 and k. If I look at my lead A value, it's negative, so it's going to go like this, and that means I'm going to have a maximum value. The maximum value is going to be the y-coordinate of my vertex, so it's going to be 4. My line of symmetry is going to be x equals, and then the x-coordinate of my vertex, so that's 2. Y-intercept, we're going to wait on that one. We'll come back to it, because if we can't see it in the graph, then we can see it in the equation in standard form. So let's graph this. If my vertex is at 2, 4, okay, typically we go over 1, up 1, but we have a stretch of negative 2. So we're going to go over 1, down 2, over 2, down 4. All right, so there's half my curve. My axis of symmetry is at x equals negative 2. So if I draw that in, now I can just reflect it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh wait, this one should be right there. And then I can draw the rest of my parabola. Okay, so part F, we want to write it in standard form. The first thing we want to do is expand, just like we did before. So we're going to do y equals negative 2. I'm going to expand this x minus 2. So it's x minus 2 times x minus 2 plus 4. Then I'm going to FOIL this. So I have negative 2. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2. To negative 2 again. That gives me negative 4 in the middle and plus 4. Then I bring down the plus 4. Now I'm going to distribute the negative 2. And now I'm going to clean it up. I've combined my like terms. All right, now, there it is. Notice with me, this value right here should be the same value right here in your vertex form. So negative 2 matches, just like over here, the 6 matches the 6 there. This value is my y-intercept. So if I couldn't tell from my graph, I could get it right here. There it is. So my y-intercept is 0, negative 4. So that goes up here. Now there's one more example I want to run through with you. Just put it on the back of your paper. So it looks like this. What if it's like this? What if I do, it's not even in vertex form, but I need to make it in standard form. So let's think through this. To be in vertex forms, it needs to be y equals, right? So if I move this, all of this, I'm just going to move it onto the left side and then look at it again. And I need the y by itself. So I'm going to add that 5. Now I have negative x plus 2 squared plus 5. Now it's in vertex form. Now I can expand it like we did before. Negative x plus 2 times x plus 2 plus 5. Now I'm going to FOIL, so I'll have negative x squared, 2x plus 2x gives me 4x plus 4 plus 5. Now I distribute that negative. And then I'll have negative x squared minus 4x plus 1. There's my equation in standard form. All right. Hope this makes sense. Let me know what questions you have.